This is our first Coffee with Craig live show, and we're doing Health Talk here with Bethany Pressler-Brown at the Resilience Health and Wellness Center at 1675 East Mount Garfield Road, right here in Muskegon. The Health Talk today we're doing is really something special, but we want to make sure we cover all bases. So our disclaimer today is that this is for entertainment purposes only. If you should have a medical emergency or health need, make sure you talk to your physician, and always do your research, so that way whatever you learn here today you can follow up with and control your own personal journey with your health needs. So good morning.
Good morning.
Love having you as a co-host. This is the first time I've done this.
It's perfect. You opened well with your own personal journey into health. That's exactly it, isn't it?
It really is. I'd also like to introduce Trent, who's behind the camera making all this magic happen. Trent owns Mitten Made Media and is doing all of this wonderful production work for us to get this set up. Trent has been thriving with diabetes with some really interesting new technology that really makes his maintenance of his diabetes a little easier, and he's going to share that with everyone today as our guest as well. So thank you, Trent. Let's start here with Bethany. Bethany, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and give us your background and credentials, maybe?
Absolutely.
So I was born and raised in Muskegon. I went off to the University of Michigan and I got my nursing degree there, and I continued on and got a couple different master's degrees as a nurse practitioner in women's health and as a certified nurse midwife. I went to Frontier Nursing University in Kentucky and got my doctorate degree, so I have my doctorate in nursing practice. And then I am completing my postdoctorate degree in psychiatric mental health as a nurse practitioner as well. So I have lots of background in education. I have been a professor at multiple universities in the state of Michigan, but most importantly, I've been practicing medicine for almost 20 years now. So that is my journey in a nutshell. Direct primary care is a new kind of concept in West Michigan. It's been around in the country for quite some time now. And basically it's membership-based healthcare. So you don't use your insurance to see me. You can have insurance, that's perfectly fine and normal. You want to have that for catastrophic events or emergencies, but you don't, to see me as a provider, you do not use your insurance. I charge $50 a month, or you can pay up front $500 for the whole year, and that's any visit you need. That's telehealth, that's phone calls, emails. You have a pretty good access to me, and when we meet here in the office. We have couches. We sit and talk for as long as you need. It could be 15 minutes if you're in a hurry. It could be an hour if you want. And we really try to get to the root cause of your story, because health really is a journey. It's not just always a simple illness. It's, what happened when you're a kid? What happened now? What's your diet like? What's your exercise like? Your psychological health, etc. So I really like it. Patients seem to enjoy the fact that they do have that time and we can chat, and I really get to know them and they feel comfortable knowing me, and nothing's rushed, and usually you're the only person in the office, so you don't have to worry about coming across other people while you're there, and other things like that. So
what I'm starting to realize in medicine is if you get in front of a problem and they come to where you live and they see what you're going through, it creates a different relationship with the healing factors and their approach.
Yeah.
And I think you get different results in it.
And it is something about bringing medicine to where the people are, or where the people feel comfortable, because they're going to tell me a lot more sitting on this couch drinking coffee with me about what's really going on, the root of some of these issues, than if they are feeling, really rushed in that 5-10 minute office appointment. I do mainly women's health, so for primary medical care it is women's health only, ages 10 to death. But I do offer health and wellness coaching for men and women. We acquired a space next door, and we are offering support groups and yoga classes and paint parties and things to try to bring community, because I think what's really beneficial of this model of care is sometimes people just need to be heard. They don't feel like they leave the doctor, they forget what they're going to ask, and then they got something they didn't think that was the right plan of care, but they just didn't feel they were heard. So we have all the time in the world to sit. If you want to meet with me weekly, you have, some people have strep throat one week, but they still want it. We talk about things and other things come up, maybe mental health issues, etc. And so we just meet once a week just to check bases. Or, hey, I really want to lose some weight. Hey, come in once a week. Let's talk about what you're doing. Or maybe we could text or do a televisit. Just to have that accountability in your health, I think, is really important. And I think that's lost in traditional medicine, that accountability piece, where we can really check in and, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? How can I help you? What services? I don't always have the answers for people. I can't specialize in everything, but I can help you figure out someone in the community who may be a place for you to go. So that's really beneficial.
You're filling a really good gap.
And I think what's really important too is I welcome people of all backgrounds, any religion, any sexuality. I have a postdoctorate degree in sexual health medicine, so that
tends to be an area that I specialize and see people in. But health is a journey of ups and downs, is it not? And then every individual person, something different is going to help you. So not one cookie cutter way is going to help each individual with whatever illness or ailment they're experiencing. And some people really want that traditional, all natural, we'll talk a little bit of more stuff like that approach. And some people want very traditional medicine and anything in between. And I'm here to try to help you find what you need. If it is that traditional medicine, I'm trained to do that. If it's holistic, thankfully through my midwifery training and others, I have a good background in that as well. And again, if it's something that you're interested in and I don't know the answer or it's new to me, I will help you find someone that does. And I think it's that resource allocation for people who are really on a health journey that's really important, that I have time to do here that I wouldn't have time in a more traditional office setting to do for people.
Do you own a company with 5 or more employees that did business on or before the pandemic and whose business was affected by COVID? Regardless of obtaining a PPP or EIDL loan or grant, your business may qualify for a special government tax program that could provide your company or nonprofit with thousands of dollars per employee, and this opportunity is available for a limited time. It costs nothing for you to find out if your company qualifies for this limited offer. Simply call Blue House Investment Group at 408-657-6285, and our representatives will be glad to answer your questions free of charge. Time is running out, so call today.
So Craig, I'm totally excited because Craig's going to talk to us about biofeedback, correct?
Biohacking.
Biohacking, that's right. Sorry, my bad. Well, some of it's biofeedback. So biohacking, which is awesome, and I've used some of this stuff with my patients. I know some of my patients know way more than me, so you brought some fun things to share with us to kind of talk in that realm of how we can know ourselves better, correct?
Absolutely.
So that, like I said before, it's not, medicine is very cookie cutter sometimes, like only this antibiotic or this vitamin's going to help you, but really we're all different. Right. Our genetics are all different. So you want to tell us more about biohacking?
So biohacking is really about being aware of what your body's doing individually, right?
yeah.
From an individual perspective. And just because we've just come out of having a terrible pandemic, and we're not all the way out of it yet, but we're all hoping that it ends soon.
I think what's important as you start to talk about this is that
I think we've realized through the pandemic that biohacking is important because everybody responds different to things, right? Including the COVID. But also, and I'm going to let you take the show here for a minute, but biohacking at its very basic stages, it sounds intimidating, but it's really things like meditation and which we offer meditation classes here at Resilience, and fasting and nutrition. And so very basic thing, yoga sometimes, but you're going to talk about some of the really cool devices that are there too.
I have a really good device almost everybody has at home, and it measures stress. Do you know what you know what it is? Anybody want to guess? Anybody out there want to guess what everybody has this. How do you measure stress? Anybody know? It's called a scale.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
It directly, for me, correlates to how much stress I'm under because I stress.
Gain more weight and then yeah.
Start with a way of getting an antioxidant. Antioxidants, if you breathe every day and you eat food, then that metabolism creates something called free radicals. Free radicals go around your body and do a little damage, just slow damage, consistent damage, right? Welcome to being alive. You know, it's a byproduct of metabolizing food and air. Well, they say take vitamin C, don't they?
Yep. Yeah.
What is one of the most powerful antioxidants, more powerful than vitamin C?
Water.
Water? Well, we've got a lot of it on planet Earth. And I have a bottle of this water now. I'm going to get a little closer. You guys can see.
Yeah.
See this? Can you all see it? It's just a bottle of water. And it has a button here, and I'm going to turn it on.
Okay, bring it a little bit closer.
A little bit closer? Okay. Y'all see that? It's bubbling up and changing colors. Y'all see that? Okay. And I'll even give you this particular brand, and you can pick this up on Amazon if you're interested. Really simple. These little bubbles there's an electrolysis going on in here and separates the H2O, hydrogen. It releases the hydrogen in the water.
Yes.
And when this is done and the different colors are conditioning the water, it turns out we all think of water as water, but not all water is the same. Okay? So how the water molecules are arranged, it can hydrate you more when they're arranged, and light can manipulate the molecules in here to be a little bit more ordered, so you see the light going on. And it's fun to look at. Super cool, isn't it? This bottle cost me, I think it was around 80 to $100. What you can do to find out more about this, to do research, is just go on YouTube and put in hydrogen water or hydrogen bottle, and people will talk about the benefits that they're discovering from it.
Absolutely.
And once it's done, it'll turn off, and then you immediately, because hydrogen can actually go through glass, it's a very small molecule, fundamental element of the universe,
Drink it up.
and it's delicious too. So this will actually help reduce the inflammation in your body.
Yeah.
See, as we get older, we have chronic inflammation. Maybe you could speak to the inflammation.
Absolutely. Inflammation, antioxidants, really important.
Getting it through a product like this in your water is great. I don't think we talk enough about just whole foods like blueberries and things like that have it, that help as well. So yeah, excellent tool. Again, some of the stuff we show, you may think, oh, that's not true, or there's no evidence for that. But none of this stuff hurts in any way. So we're not, drinking water, whatever way you get it, and if this may help, is totally worth trying, because again, you never know what your body's going to react to and make you more healthy.
Talking about pain.
Yes.
This is
So
a
many
really
people
fun device. And what it is, and again, I'm going to get a little close. It's called the Body Energizer, and what it is it's got magnets that are on these little gyros, so they spin in multiple directions, which creates pulses. So what you feel when you put your feet on this is these nice waves coming up through your shins and everything. And what it does is you've got iron in your blood, and it helps circulation and stuff like that. So people who have pain and stuff like that, when you use this, a lot of times they'll find that they're getting some relief from using it.
Yes.
And
people who are in pain, whatever they can try, really is worth it. And this is great. We don't know enough about magnetic waves and ions in our body.
And you can see each one of these spin all different directions on multiple axes. So there's 3 on one side and 3 on the other. And I put this under my desk, and I have a lot of stress because I'm trying to always do more than I have the time for.
Yeah.
So this helps me calm down and focus a little bit, and and I have a lot of leg pain because I had damaged my hip sockets jumping over a fence a long time ago, thinking that I'm 57 going on 58, but you wouldn't know it because sometimes I do things that are silly, right? And I ended up damaging the cartilage on both of my hips because I landed while I'm jumping down. So I'm always under pain, and this actually helps a great deal.
Great.
They also produce, here we go,
Oh, there we
a
go.
little handheld version of it.
Oh,
You can
nice.
see the
I
little
haven't seen
magnet
the
inside.
handheld one. That's nice.
And I've used this so much. Sorry, folks, for the condition it's in. But hey, this is
It's
live
used.
TV,
It's
right?
loved.
it's done the work. It has a little battery in it, and you can just put it anywhere you feel pain, anything like that.
Oh, I'm gonna just get one of
And
those. That's nice.
it's by Nikken. Nikken. What am I wearing right now? And this is for you
Ooh.
guys right now. That's a biohacking device,
Ooh,
and you can see.
I think I can see it, but did you have blue glasses on?
This
That's awesome.
is very important.
Yeah.
These are blue blockers. So modern life has given us frequencies of light that are in midday. See, the sun as it goes overhead has different frequencies of light that you're exposed to, and we evolved with that sun over our head, and it's the fundamental source of life. And so we're more awake in the afternoon because of the afternoon frequency. Well, we put a lot of those blue light frequencies in our TVs, our laptops, and we go to bed, we got a tablet or a cell phone, or we're reading, right? And then you're saying, I can't sleep because I'm thinking
So
too
many
much.
sleep issues, and this is definitely the core of it. Yeah.
Right. So let's go with what doctors do when they hear that. And what they do is they say, well, we'll prescribe you some Ambien, right? And now you're on a medicine with side effects,
Yeah.
right? And it's not solving the root problem. If you take a pair of these blue blockers and put them on, let's say around 4 or 5 o'clock, and wear them till about 10, what you'll find out is, you know that itchy feeling in your eyes, you're like, I just can't stay awake. And
Right.
your eyes are so, and
Right.
it's like you're tortured. Welcome to these things. You will not be able to stay awake. Watch TV with it, read, your cell phone, everything, and you can set up your TVs and cell phones, the new smart ones, with the blue light filtered out. So go check those settings for that. But this is another biohack. $9 for this, and you get to sleep, and you don't have to go back and get a refill.
So great. Light's so important. We're
Using it to treat different things nowadays, even in mental health, with people with trauma, sending different light waves into the eyes that help get rid of trauma. And this is so simple. My kids have them because unfortunately school was online for 2 years, so there's so much screen time for them. And so they've noticed quite an improvement even in my children from using blue light glasses. Yeah.
It's right here.
So Trent is going to talk to us a little bit about his type 1 diabetes and some of the cool devices that are not relatively new, but yes, a lot of people don't know about. And again, it highly relates to biohacking because it's exactly what that device is doing for you, isn't that, Trent? He's coming.
Sorry.
No, he's
I'm
good.
switching. I want to make sure
We're asking
you can
him
hear
to
it a
go
little
from.
bit.
Okay,
this
so
side
we're
to
going to
the
do
other.
a quick tech check here.
My hair's done.
Oh,
No, that's alright.
Excellent.
I had to. But okay,
you
I'm sound
good?
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So just ask me that again.
okay. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about either your diabetes journey or some of those devices that you use that helps you live a normal life?
Before you do, just
yeah.
who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Tell us
well-
about yourself, Trent.
Well, I'm the guy behind the computer and the cameras here and listen to audio, changing that. But yeah, so with my type 1 diabetes, I was diagnosed when I was 10. I'm 24 today, and it was just kind of a random thing. Like a lot of times with type 2 diabetes, you see that from unhealthy eating.
It gradually gets there, yeah.
Yeah.
But when you get type 1, you get hit hard. Usually, did you end up with sick, seizure? I mean, how did you find out?
So we figured out because I was using the bathroom a lot.
Okay.
Well, first drinking like several glasses of milk at night, and then that would cause me to get up like 5 times in the middle of the night and use the bathroom, and then I'd be tired at school. So my parents were like, "All right, we gotta figure out what's going on with you."
All right.
And tested my blood sugar. It was like 700, something crazy like that. They're like, "Yep, you got diabetes." So
Yeah.
they I still remember that day too, and so they told us like a little bit about what to eat for the night until we could go to Grand Rapids in the morning to the Children's Special Healthcare. But yeah.
So tell us about, let's talk about Dexcom, because I think this is just such a game changer, and go ahead, I'm going to let you explain it.
Yeah, Dexcom is definitely a game changer. It's a continuous glucose monitor that tells me my blood sugar reading 24/7. It's really cool because it tells me the direction my blood sugar is going, whether it's going up really fast, down really fast, staying steady. And so that's just really nice to know, because without that, I'd have to poke my fingers and draw blood onto this glucose meter that would tell me my number. That wouldn't tell me the direction of it either. It's like something you gotta do every time, poke your fingers, and it's get annoying after a while. So.
And just for people, so if you don't know, diabetes is a state where your body isn't working correctly to produce enough of the insulin to keep a steady. What we all want is a steady, normal blood sugar. Okay, so you have this meter that's permanently, well, you change it often, but it's there and it constantly reads. So not only does he know if things get out of balance, but again, it's going to tell him which way if things are going. So
right, and to give you a visual too, so I wear my glucose monitors on my arm, so I can't show that 'cause it's under my long sleeve, but it goes to my other technical device, insulin pump here, and you can see that, and that's shows where my blood sugar is at on there too. It also goes to my cell phone.
So let's talk a little bit about how all these things communicate with you and each other. So you have the Dexcom, and let's say you have a dangerously low blood glucose. What would that do? What would that device do?
It goes beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, and does it even notify, you can set it up to notify someone else as well?
So when I was away at college, I had my roommate and my friend had access to it, so he could see what it was, or I can customize it so it will just notify him if it's really low, which is the most important part.
So what's the biggest thing you learned on your diabetes journey?
Oh boy.
Or the biggest takeaway you could give to people, or a piece of advice to someone who maybe is new with diabetes?
Yeah, I got a good one for that. So I've been lucky, and I didn't go as a kid, but after high school I ended up working at a couple different diabetes camps and meeting more diabetics, because growing up in my school there was only like 2 other people in my high school that had it. A lot of kids there are the only diabetic in their class or their school, so it was really cool to connect with more people. I didn't go as a kid because I guess didn't want to go as a kid, didn't want to be away from home, but I wish I did, because I had a lot of fun as a counselor. And so just a big takeaway with that is just meeting other people with diabetes. You know, you're not the only one going through it. Makes me more confident in myself too, because I like wear this little thing for my pump on my stomach. So like as a kid for a while, that like would wear a short to kind of cover it up or whatever. But you know, at diabetes camp, everyone's just showing off all their devices, and they have custom stickers that cover their glucose monitor too. So just definitely made me more confident, just getting to know some other people.
You know, often, excuse me while I turn around this way, often I find that it's sometimes difficult to share your personal testimony. You know, we all like to hide, we all like to think we're perfect, and the world is pushing us to look. It's good to share what we all discover about our own individual healthcare.
I think what's been so, I started this with a concept, but what has grown and changed in the whole concept for me is that people really just need to tell their stories, and they feel so alone in their stories. And so if I can sit here and have someone say,
for instance, a patient, I'm going through severe anxiety and depression, and I want it natural, and I still struggle with my kids and day, and I can say, you know what, why don't you, if you can, come to this yoga class or come to a paint party. I bet there's other people there that might have similar experiences, and then sitting and watching everybody just chat, oh yeah, I go through that too. And I thought, you feel heard, you feel seen, you feel not so alone in your journey. And I think sometimes with traditional medical care where you're in and out, you don't get to make those connections, and you may not get that time to really vent what your story is.
And so, really important. So that's my goal, I guess, ultimately, is not only the medicine, but to create opportunities for people in the community to meet each other and to have like experiences, share those.
So they can check you out at Resilience Health and Wellness LLC.com.
Yep.
Right. And they can call you 231-740-8058.
You got it.
Thank you so much, Beth.
Thank you for having me, Craig.
We're going to do this again, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We should.
Well, real quick, shout out to Klaus. He's my best friend of 30 years. Couldn't do without him. We'll see you on the next Coffee with Craig. Thanks, everybody.